If you would have told me 10 years ago that I would have a mild following on the internet based off of opinions I have about the Fox television show Glee, I would be like, yeah, okay, that sounds about right. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jalen, and today we are going to be doing what no one has ever tried to do before. Okay, that's a lie. I'm pretty sure people have done this, but we are going to rank every single character, major and recurring, that has ever been on Glee ever. Now I know what you're thinking. Why are you doing this, Jalen? What's the purpose of this, Jalen? Is this going to benefit you in any way, Jalen? No, I'm just here to give you my opinions about, characters from my favorite television show. If you don't know this about me, the last 11 plus years of my life have been heavily affected by Glee. I think it's the greatest television show to ever be broadcast on cable television. It's an American cinematic classic. If you haven't watched it, I don't know what to say. I would actually pay money to have my memory erased so that I can watch it again from the beginning and experience all the feelings that I felt when I first watched it back in high school. But regardless of that, today we're gonna go right through, like I said, every character. I made an actual ranking tier list and we're gonna just rank the characters. Let me first say this, okay? These are my
opinions, alright? I don't want you guys dragging me.
Even though I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get dragged for some of these, because some of these are, what some would say, a little bit controversial. But like I said, these are my
opinions.
And if you don't like it, then you can create your own list, okay? This is what I think, this is how I feel about these characters, and yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna say. So if you're unfamiliar with the show Glee, before I rank them, it's a musical drama show that premiered on Fox in 2009 about a bunch of kids in a Glee club. And there's teen pregnancy and lots of singing and slushies and Madonna themed episodes, also Lady Gaga themed episodes, an episode revolving Peter Pan in an old folks home. Yeah, there's a lot that happens on this show. But we're not focusing on the plot points. Today we're going to focus on the characters. So let's get into this. So before we get into my ranking, I'm going to tell you guys my tier, okay? So we have level 1, simply iconic, can't do without, okay? We have acceptable, we have okay, I guess. We have it's going to be a no for me, and then we have Lima loser, which is, if you're in the Lima loser, it's going to be a no, fail, there's no redeeming you, there's no saving you in my eyes, you're dead to me as a character, okay? So let's just get into this, alright? I have pretty much all of the major characters and all of the major recurring characters that have been on the show on this list, so... Oh, this is actually kind of nerve-wracking because I feel like I'm gonna get dragged for some of these, even though...
This is my opinion!
So, if you have a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you. So number 1, we have Mr. Artie Abrams, okay? Now, I liked Artie in the beginning, like, I really did. Like, I thought he was a cool character, I thought he was a great guy. And then, as I started to rewatch the show, he started to decline in my eyes. So, I'm gonna put Artie in the okay, I guess category. Alright? Sorry for all of you Artie stands out there. So next we have Miss April Rhodes, who is played by the iconic Kristen Chenoweth. I'm gonna put April in the acceptable category because when she showed up, she did the job. I mean, did she do some questionable things? Yeah, I mean, she gave alcohol to minors. She taught them how to loot and steal, but like, whatever, she's iconic. And she came to save the day when the Glee Club needed her most, so what can I say about that? Next, we have Miss Becky Jackson. You know, I really liked Becky in the beginning too. I thought she was so sweet. I loved her relationship with Sue. And then somewhere in the series, she changed. She really changed. And I'm gonna put Becky in the okay, I guess, because she has some really funny moments, but some of the things she would say, I would be like, no, Becky, why? But I do live for every time she would flip over like the little xylophone piano thing when Sue was doing her announcements. Iconic. Next we have Mr. Sheldon Beast. I'm gonna also put Sheldon in the okay, I guess category. Like, I like Coach Beast, but you know what? No, I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna put Coach Beast in the acceptable because I liked Coach Beast's storyline with Cooter. It was really sad. I don't even know if it was necessarily well done, but I like sad things. Now we're on Blaine, and I know a lot of of people have a lot of opinions about Blaine, but one, I'm a Darren Criss stan, so I really don't have to explain myself on that one. And two, I liked Blaine, okay? Yeah, he got introduced in the show later and he took over some of the spots from some of the other characters, but like, I loved Blaine, so I'm putting him in the Simply Iconic. And I know that's gonna be controversial because a lot of people don't like him, especially on TikTok. I don't know why you guys drag him so hard on TikTok, but whatever. Next we have Brad the piano player. Simply Iconic. No explanation needed. Okay, next we have Miss Britney S. Spears. Oh, I love Britney. And Britney is definitely in the Simply Iconic. I mean, love her relationship with Santana. Love Britney as a character. I think she's hilarious. So good. Like, I loved Britney and I'm obsessed with her. So next we have Brody. Brody is going into the Lima Loser pile. Absolutely not. Never liked him. Never will. Okay? I did not like what he did to Rachel. I did not like his whole arc about him being a gigolo. Especially since I love Rachel and Finn. I
hated Brody. Oh.
So he's in the Lima Loser category for me. Next we have Bert Hummel.
Oh.
I love Bert. He is just the angel sent from heaven. On Glee. He is our Heavenly Father on the show. And he's in the Simply Iconic because how can you watch this show for Bert, okay? He is the man. And I'm not gonna fight anybody on that. That's one thing I think all Glee fans can agree about. Next we have Karofsky. It's gonna be a no for me. Next we have Emma. Oh, I love Emma. A lot of people also aren't like Emma and Will fans, and I'm starting to realize, but I'm putting Emma in the Simply Iconic category for me because I loved her, I adored her, and I thought she was fantastic. Next we have Principal Figgins. I'm gonna put Figgins in the acceptable tier. He never really did any wrong in my eyes. So this next one. I did not realize how many people did not like Finn until years later when I was like rewatching the show again for the millionth time. I realized so many people hated Finn and I did not understand why, because I loved Finn when I was first watching the show. I am personally gonna put him in the Simply Iconic tier because I loved Finn. I thought he was a great character. Did he do questionable things? Yes, but all of the characters did questionable things, so I'm not gonna let the fact that he did some questionable things ruin the fact that he was a good character for me. And I loved Corey Monteith. I thought he was so talented, and I loved Finn, and you know, there's that. What can I say? Next we have Jake. I'm gonna put Jake in the okay, I guess category. I didn't like how he treated Marley. I thought Marley was an angel. I thought it was random that he was Pug's brother. He was okay, you know, I'll give him that. Next we have Jane. I'm gonna also put Jane in the okay, I guess category. Next we have Jesse St. James. Automatic Lima Loser to me, and let me explain why, because I know a lot of you are like,
oh my god, it's Jonathan Groff. I love Jonathan Groff.
Yeah, I know. I love Jonathan Groff too.
But he never redeemed himself in my eyes when he cracked that egg on Rachel's head. Never. I never forgave him for that, okay? Next we have Joe. I'm gonna put Joe in the okay, I guess, because I think they did him so wrong on the show. Next we have Kitty. It's gonna be a no for me. She was rude, she was a Quinn knockoff, and I didn't really care for her. Okay, so now we have Mr. Kurt Hummel. I'm gonna put Kurt in the Simply Iconic because I loved Kurt. We have to stand Kurt, I feel like, if you're gonna like Glee. I mean, that's gonna be another controversial statement. I know I'm probably gonna get dragged for that by a lot of people, but I liked Kurt. Was it wrong that he set his dad up with Finn's mom just so they could live together because he had a crush on Finn? Yes. Problematic? Absolutely, 100%. But that's okay. We live and we learn and we let go. Next we have Lauren. I'm gonna put Lauren in the okay, I guess category. She wasn't a bad character, but she kind of, you know, she did her thing and then she left. So next we have Madison. I'm gonna put her in the okay, I guess, because like I pretty much feel like with all of the random characters they had in season 6, all of them were like okay because we didn't really spend too much time with them, but they were never really bad in my eyes. Like they never did anything really good or bad, or they weren't bad characters. They just, we didn't have enough time with them because the show was ending and they were focusing on the main characters, which, you know, I get. So Marley, I'm gonna put Marley in the acceptable category because I liked Marley. I know a lot of people had problems with her, but I thought she was the sweetest little angel. I like Marley. What can I say? I mean, what can I say? Next we have Mason, along with Madison. You know, their nickname was the Incest Twins. Weird. Next we have Matt. Iconic. Miss Mercedes Jones. Simply iconic. If you could look me in my eye and tell me that Amber Riley did not carry Glee on her back, I don't know, I'll give you $1 million. If you can dead ass look me in my eyes and say that she did not save that show on multiple occasions just by her voice alone. How the writers and people of Glee had Amber Riley on that show for that long and she didn't sing everything blows my mind. But you know, that's a conversation that some of you guys are not ready to have. So, Mr. Mike Chang. I'm gonna put Mike in the acceptable category. I liked him. I liked when they started giving him more stuff to do. I didn't necessarily care for him with Tina, but you know, I liked Mike Chang. Next we have this random ass kid who came in season 6 that I cannot remember the name of. He's gonna be a Lima loser. No, I'll put him in it's gonna be a no for me, just simply because he didn't do anything for me and I dead ass cannot remember his name right now, so. Sorry. Next we have Mr. Puckerman. It's gonna be a no for me. I didn't really like Puck. I thought he was gross. Puck wasn't my favorite character, you know, I don't really know what else to say. He just really didn't do much for me. Now we have the mom, aka Quinn. I'm gonna put her in the acceptable tier because you can't have Glee without Quinn Fabray. Did she bother me on a lot of occasions as a character? Yes, but you know, I like Quinn. Now we have the one that I know a lot of you have been waiting for, Miss Rachel Berry. This is where I feel like a lot of you are gonna click off from my video, and if you've made it this far, don't click off, don't leave. I love Rachel Berry. There, I said it. Was she annoying at times? Yes, but I lived for all things Rachel, lived for her character, lived for everything that she did, and I'm gonna put her in the simply iconic. Glee could not have been anything without her and Finn, and there's that on that. Next we have Noah Guthrie. I don't really remember his character name. I forgot, but I'm gonna put him in the okay, I guess. Oh, next we have Rory. I'm putting Rory in the acceptable category. I thought he was precious. It's so funny, my little sister's like randomly obsessed with Rory for God knows what reason. I don't know, she just thinks he's the most precious thing. The little Irish kid who came on for season 3 and didn't really serve a purpose, we stand, okay? Ryder, it's gonna be a no for me. I'm sorry, I thought Ryder was so irritating. Mr. Sam Evans, the greatest himbo to have ever lived. We're putting him in the simply iconic. Sam was respectable to all women. He was kind, he was beautiful, he was gentle, and he was one of the greatest things that ever happened to Glee. So we stand Sam in this house. Next we have Santana Lopez. Simply iconic. Come on, how can you not think Santana Lopez was iconic? Her at her peak prime bitchiness carried the show at some of the points, and we can do nothing but bow and thank her for her services, honestly. Truly. Next we have Sebastian. It's gonna be a no for me. You know, wasn't a fan of Sebastian, didn't really like his whole thing with Blaine. Although, Smooth Criminal with Santana, might have to bump him up to okay, I guess, just for that performance. Next we have this other football player guy from season 6. I'm gonna put him at the okay, I guess too. He was like the progressive gay character that was like, oh yeah, I'm a football player and whatever. Next we have Sue, iconic. Sue Sylvester has had so many moments on this show that had me scratching my head, but also like, how can you not love Sue? You can't not love her iconic one-liners. Next we have Sugar Mata. I'll put Sugar in the acceptable category. Next we have Terry. It's gonna be a no for me. Now, when I was rewatching the show recently, I started to kind of feel for Terry more because I was like, okay, she faked a pregnancy, right? That was only because she thought her husband was slipping away from her because her husband was outwardly flirting with another woman at his job. Like, I would probably fake a pregnancy too if I were her. Next we have Tina. It's gonna be a no for me. How does one character have a complete personality change halfway through the show and no one ever addresses it?
How?
Next we have Unique. I'm gonna put Unique in the okay, I guess category. It was cool that she was one of the first transgender characters to ever be on cable television. That's super cool. And now, the one you've all been waiting for. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Will Schuester. Where do I put him? Is he iconic? It's gonna be a no for me. Of course, you guys think I would put him in the simply iconic? Mr. Schuester. Now, the fact that his best friends were all his 17-year-old students, the fact that at his own wedding, his best man was a 16-year-old boy that he taught says a lot about Mr. Schuester as a character, and it's just gonna be a no for me. Anyway, this has been really, really fun. Honestly, now that I'm looking at this list, I'm kind of regretting some of my choices, but I'm really interested on whether you guys agree with my ranking. So if you agree or disagree with where I've placed a character, please let me know in the comments because I'm curious. I'm ready to have a discussion. I'm ready to have a deep discussion about whether or not you think I made the right choice with these characters. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe because this is my first Glee video and it will not be my last. So thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!